Hey everyone, my name's Jessica. I am planning on doing a section hike of the Appalachian Trail this spring. So I have booked a one-way ticket to Atlanta, Georgia, and I will be starting at the approach trail and hiking north for a little less than 3 months. So I'm really excited, but I'm also nervous and a little stressed out because there's some last minute gear that I have to get, but I think that's completely normal for someone who's planning on doing something like this. So what I wanted to talk to you guys about today is why I want to hike the Appalachian Trail and some of the feedback that I've gotten from people who I've told that I am going on this adventure. A lot of people have said to me, you're taking 3 months off work. Why would you spend that in a tent and, hiking every day and worrying about where you're going to get food and getting eaten by bears and all that kind of stuff? And to me, the perfect weekend is setting up a tent somewhere where I have no cell reception and worrying about where I'm going to get water and the different water sources, and is my tent positioned in a way that I can hear the stream or a brook in the background, and where can I go today that I'm going to get some really nice views that I couldn't get to if I was in a car. I really enjoy that, and I enjoy the whole hiking community aspect and meeting other hikers, and I feel that now it's a bit hard to do that because if you have a long weekend, you're rushing to get everything ready and then to get out to your campsite, and you get there and that's it. You got to rush and get back, and really it's not as relaxing and as I would like it to be, and not as free as I would like it to be because you're always on a clock. And I know that the Appalachian Trail is not going to be easy at all, but I do know that things are going to be a little bit more on my time than if I were to be doing it on a long weekend. So, I really believe in the hike your own hike. Some people really want to go and get in as many miles as they want in the run of a day. And some people just want to stop and smell the flowers, and they'll get there when they get there. And I don't know what I want to do. I feel like I just want to hike, and, if I feel like taking a break that day, I'm going to take a break. And so, but I really want to get involved with like other hikers and get to meet them because, it's a great supportive community. And I feel like the Appalachian Trail will really, really help with that and introduce me to people who are like-minded and have the same hobbies as me. So that's one. I also want to challenge myself even further physically and mentally, and I know on the Appalachian Trail that I am going to experience things that I've never experienced before and be challenged to a level that I've never had to experience. And a few years ago, I went to Baxter State Park. This is when I first decided that the Appalachian Trail was something that interested me. And I did some hiking around there to get a feel for what the terrain would be like. And let's just say it really physically and mentally challenged me big time. I'm used to having, many hills and switchbacks, but switchbacks nonetheless. And I experienced a lot of straight ups and straight downs. So it was definitely a new experience for me. Couple years ago, actually, I had gone to New Hampshire. My boyfriend and I, we decided to hike a section of the Appalachian Trail, just like a little bit as like a test run. So we did about 5.5 days, which was about 69 kilometers. So we went from Franconia State Park all the way to the summit of Mount Washington. And again, that definitely tested me physically and mentally, but it gave me an idea that this is going to be a lot harder than anything I've ever experienced, and I'm excited to be able to face some challenges that I've never had before and face some fears as well. So my fear of heights definitely got in my way when I was trying to summit Mount Katahdin, but it's something that I'm going to have to get over in order to be able to hike the Appalachian Trail. So I've wanted to hike the trail for probably about 4 to 5 years now, and at the beginning I really doubted myself. I really thought I would really like to do that, but someone like me from New Brunswick, Canada is never going to be able to do something like that. People who do this stuff are people who are professional YouTube bloggers or all that crazy stuff, and I I really got discouraged because I really wanted to do it, but I just really doubted myself. And then I started to watch more videos, so, following Dixie and Redbeard and all them, and I started to realize, like, a lot of people feel the same way at the beginning. They don't really know what they're getting into. You can do as much research as you want, but you're going to have that element that you're of a surprise that you're not going to be able to plan for. And that made me feel a little bit more comfortable with the fact that I wasn't alone in thinking the way that I did. So a few years ago, I went to the doctor and they found a mass, and they didn't know what it was. And it was probably about a 6-month time period between when this happened and when I found out that everything was okay. But I went for 6 months of, you're thinking of everything. You're thinking of the worst. You're thinking of, all these thoughts going through your head that you shouldn't be thinking about because you don't know what's going to happen. You always think the worst. And when I found out that everything was all good and I'm healthy and all that, like it worked out, I realized I don't want to go, 10 years from now, look back and say, I wish I did that. Why didn't I do that? Why did I doubt myself? And so I decided then and there that I'm going to hike the Appalachian Trail. And the best time for me is 2018. I'm going to do it. And well, now it's 2018 and I have my flight booked. So I'm really excited that I went through with it. I hope everything goes well while out on the trail, but I'm going to give it my best attempt and hope that everything goes well. So yeah, so anyways, that's my story there. And I have heard a lot of different opinions from people on me doing this hike. So the first one is you're a woman and you want to hike it by yourself. And it's really hard to explain to someone who has never researched or done much research or talked to anyone who has done a long distance hike before. It's, they get really nervous about the fact of someone being alone in the woods and all that. And I don't blame them to an extent because they're not really familiar with, how many people do it and statistics and all that kind of stuff. But it was kind of hard because I would try to explain myself to people and realize that I wasn't getting through. And so I just stopped. I decided, this is my hike. I'm going to hike my own hike and I'm not going to worry what other people think. I've had a lot of people ask me, how much is something like that going to cost? Why wouldn't you want to go on a cruise or vacation instead? And, to me, like, this is the ultimate vacation. I really enjoy cruising. I really enjoy resorts and backpacking. But to me, like, this is like the ultimate vacation and experience. And, I really think that something like this is going to really set my priorities straight and give me lots of time to think and develop myself. And so I've heard a lot of stuff. I would really like to hear what you guys have heard from other people. It sounds like I'm not alone based on, all the Facebook groups that I am on and everything. So it sounds like a lot of people tend to get some interesting feedback from people when they tell them that they're going to do a long distance trail. But if you want to share it, feel free to share your experience in the comments below. I do plan on making more videos. I want to do one on my gear, but there's a couple things that I need to get first before I do that video up. So hoping within the next few weeks. I also want to do one on why I'm choosing to do a solo hike. So look out for that hopefully within the next week or two. And I also update my trail journals more frequently and my Instagram. So if you want to follow me there, you can follow at www.trailjournals.com/Jessica Doucette or Instagram at Jessica_Doucette. So I will leave the link to trail journals and my username in the description below. So thanks everyone, and positive vibes only. Please give me some feedback on how you would like to see these videos in the future. I'm hoping to get better with my tech skills as time goes by because this is my first video. But thanks guys, and thanks for watching.